Warrior, welcome. You know, when I work with people one-on-one, within a minute or two, I can tell if that person is ready for change, if that person is in fact ready to begin the healing process. So much of who we are comes down to our core beliefs and the ways that we think throughout the day. It's not so much the thoughts that we think, but it's the thoughts that we attach ourselves to, and we branch those thoughts and create even more catastrophic ways, irrational, pessimistic ways of seeing ourselves, our futures, and the world. So what I want to do in today's video is explain the 10 most common ways of thinking that anxiety sufferers go through, and I want to replace them. I really want you to identify which one of these 10 you're habitually, reflexively thinking throughout the day and even expressing towards other people, and begin committing every single time it shows up to replacing them within that 5 to 10 second window. Let's do this. The first one is be careful. You'll hear this all the time, and when we were kids, we were told, hey, be careful when you go play in the park, little Johnny. Be careful when you're playing over there with your friends. Be careful when you go to school. We have been led to fear so many aspects of our lives because of these two words, be careful. Now, if this is something that you're hearing all the time from others, or expressing towards other people, or even thinking in your mind, it's important to replace this with be aware. So instead of be careful, be aware. Now, what's happening here is you are strengthening your self-awareness. All right? So instead of the fear mongering that you are presenting to yourself constantly, you are now becoming more aware of your surroundings. You are now becoming aware of the things in the past that may have injured you, hurt you, things that you have to look out for as you go about your day. So these are very, very important. Number 2 is stop thinking about it. You'll hear it all the time. Oh my God, stop thinking about it. This is probably the most common one I hear with anxiety sufferers. And since the brain doesn't understand negations like stop, don't, won't, what it does is it skips the stop and it goes to the next word in the sentence. So how it understands this is not stop thinking about it, but think about it is the way that it pairs up what you're currently thinking. So instead of saying stop thinking about it, let's replace that with start thinking about something else. Oh, stop thinking about all these negative thoughts. No. All right. Start thinking about the thing that you're excited as far as what's going to happen tonight. Start thinking about how your transition is going past anxiety. Start thinking about all the things that you're grateful for. So again, these are very valuable replacements that we can begin implementing each and every time we're going through the day and we catch ourselves with these. Third one is, I've never done that. I've never done that. So, as a kid especially, I've never done that, so we never even take the time, right, to understand what it is that we have never done. Because it's so unfamiliar, we basically say, no, it's not a part of us, I don't want to do it. So instead of that showing up, say, I'm curious about that. I've never done that. No. I'm curious about that. What starts to happen? You start to open up your mind. You start to tap in to the vast amount of skill sets that you have in your arsenal, in your mind, your system, to say, you know what? I can solve this problem. I can do this if I truly put my mind to it. So I'm curious about that. Very, very important. Number 4 is I'm anxious. I'm anxious. You hear it all the time, I'm anxious. Since anxiousness and excitement go hand in hand physiologically, why don't we just replace I'm anxious with I'm excited about? I'm excited about. Because since it's the focus that takes a person from where they are to a whole nother plane of thinking, let's begin to take control of our focus. If I focus on the thing that I am excited about, and you can pick anything, I'm excited to go take a walk. I'm excited to call my friend. I'm excited for my transition. I'm excited as far as the progress that I'm making past anxiety. All of a sudden, when I think about this in terms of I'm excited, I begin to perceive and interpret those past anxious feelings differently. Now, all of a sudden, I'm excited means something positive, and so do the sensations and the symptoms that I'm feeling in that moment. So you can see how important it is to take control of your focus. The next one is I'm a negative thinker. I'm just a negative thinker. You hear it all the time. People label themselves, judge themselves, they generalize themselves all the time. We don't want that. What we want instead of I'm a negative thinker is my expectations in the past weren't met. You didn't come to this world as a negative thinker, did you? No, you didn't. You came as a blank slate and you were programmed and installed all these different things. You were given a self-image. You created the negative thinking habit, my friend, my warrior. So it's important to understand when you go, I'm a negative thinker. No, no, no. In the past, my expectations weren't met. And because they were constantly not met, I began to perceive myself and the world in a negative and pessimistic manner. This is the truth. All right? Next one is I have no energy. I have no energy. You hear this all the time. Instead of I have no energy, we're going to replace that with I've overwhelmed and overworked myself. Because where does this lack of energy come from? The lack of energy comes from such an overwhelm of people surrounding you, all sorts of energy that you're taking in throughout the day, and overwhelm as to all the things you got to go through, all the problems you have to solve throughout the day, overwhelm as far as being the perfect mom, dad, husband, whatever it may be. So when you start to internalize the first sentence and you say, I have no energy, no, 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 it's not that I have no energy. I'm overwhelmed and overworked. Now, all of a sudden, you can come from a more compassionate place. When you begin to build on that compassion for yourself, now everything starts to change. Everything starts to change. And where does your energy come from anyway? Right here. It's important to understand that. Next one is my past was traumatic. Right? My past was traumatic. And you'll hear people say this because it's a bit of a, I don't, for me personally, a humongous excuse. My past was traumatic and that is why I am the way I am today. Now I don't have to take responsibility for many things in my life that I'm scared of doing because I've tried it in the past and it didn't work. It didn't fulfill the need that I was moving towards. So instead of my past was traumatic, we're going to replace that with my past gave me opportunities to learn right from wrong. Oh my God. My past gave me opportunities to think about what's right and what's wrong. I used to think of my past in a very traumatic manner until I realized how much it helped me become such an amazing father in my own eyes and my own mind. And people tell me that. Do you think I would have been as good a father if I didn't go through those past wrongs? If my parents, my friends, my teachers weren't so hard on me. I had many emotional traumas in my life, but I no longer saw them as trauma. I began letting go of the blame of those people. I began letting go of that perfectionist attitude that I was carrying with myself all throughout the day. So it's very, very important to understand that your past gave you the information that you can use today in a very productive way. The next one is, I need that to be happy. You don't need that to be happy. The truth is that I want that so I can fill the empty void within. I want that to fill the empty void within. You'll notice so many people going through the day today filling a void, whether that's through food or whether that's through exercise or whether that's through another relationship or whatever it may be. They're trying to fill the void that wasn't filled when they were kids. And they're looking constantly to fill that void. So that's a very important replacement. I want that so I can fill the empty void within. Now you're being honest with yourself. The last one is, people don't understand me. How many times do anxiety sufferers go through this? Many, many times. The replacement for this sentence is, people have never experienced what I have. So instead of saying people don't understand me, we have to see things from another person's perspective, right? So it's not that they don't understand you, it's that they've never experienced what you have. They can't even wrap their heads around what you're going through. If they could, don't you think they would help you in different ways that they currently are? So it's very important to take this perspective. My friends, comment below. Let me know which one of these 10 you're consumed with as you go through the day. And tell me your commitment to replacing these with the ones that I've mentioned. I love you all so very much. Remember, you are more than anxiety. If you have any further questions on the End the Anxiety program and the Life Mastery program, head on over to this website right here. Have a wonderful day.